Hey, what's up guys? Lieutenant Meow Meow here. Today I'm just gonna be working on a little old man task while there's a big invasion going on. Pretty easy actually, but that's not the real reason that I started this video. As you can probably tell by the title, I really want to talk about adding new gags to Toontown. I used to play Toontown when it was in the original game, like back in, gosh, I don't even remember, like 2009 or something. And I got to 112, maxed out all my gags, all that stuff. And I finally find that this is like back again, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's awesome. Because I remember loving Toontown, and it was always like cost money and stuff, and I didn't have any money. I'm poor. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, I always wanted to create a new gag track because Toontown needs some extra stuff. It, there has to be new stuff added eventually, and I thought, why not start with a new gag track? So what I was thinking is a little thing called boost gags. It would be a track before tune-up, and it would give basically boosts to tunes as shown in the title, and aid tunes in battle. I already kind of made my ideas clear on a piece of paper over here that I have out. So I'll just explain it to you. I have the first gag, what you get first, glasses. So what you do is you run up like it's tune up, and you throw a pair of glasses on whatever tune's in front of you. It can only be one tune, and the accuracy is medium, like all the gags in this track. And you give the glasses to the tune, and they automatically hit whatever the gag they're gonna use this turn, whether it tune up or any other gag. So that's why boost goes first. Um, it pretty much, like, it kind of goes to the aspect of SOS tunes. Remember how it's like tunes always hit, like tunes gag up, all that stuff. That's kind of like what boosts are. It's like bringing SOS tunes to you. Like, you don't need those SOS tunes to get those good boosts. Um, First of all, I'm gonna go to little man turn this task. The next gag is gonna be spray paint. It's you spray the cog and it like gets in his eyes and he can't see. As you can probably guess, it's cog's miss, and it affects one cog. So yeah, it goes level 1 gag is tune hits for one tune for one round. Of course, they're all one round. Um, the next one's spray paint, cog miss, one cog. And then the third one is a bag of candy, where you toss candy at one other tune, and that tune gets a 1.5 damage boost. Which is pretty much, how lure whenever lure takes knockback, it does plus whatever half of the damage is. That's what damage boost is without the lure. So it's kind of like you can add on to the lure, and also drop can be into that too, and trap as well. And that's for one tune, one round, of course. And then the next one, level 4 gag, is laser pointer. It goes for all tunes, and it lets tunes hit. Uh, Pretty much the same concept. You point a laser at all four. I mean, you point a laser at all four of the cogs, so all the tunes can choose which cog to hit, and it's kind of like a laser sight. Like, they can tell where they're gonna hit. The fifth one is paper airplane. You throw it, and the cogs get distracted, and you guessed it, cogs miss. All cogs, 5 skill points, level 5, all that. Then we have the sixth gag, which is a pinata. You hit it, candy goes everywhere. Once again, I kind of like to implement the candy as like the damage boost. I don't know why, I thought that was just kind of worthwhile. And then it goes on all tunes. And then the last gag, the level 7 gag, would be a bouncy castle. Oh, that was fast. So what you do with the bouncy castle is you inflate it really quick, and then all the cogs and the tunes are like within the bouncy castle, right? And tunes hit and cogs miss for 3 turns. Everyone. Which is pretty great if you think about it. Because, you know, whenever you're in that kind of situation, you're like, oh, the cogs are gonna kill us, and our gags keep missing. Jeez, that level 7 gag, everything comes clear. And that's pretty much it for boost gags. I was thinking about another gag track that I'll start a little bit into right now, but I'm not gonna do that till the next video, because I really don't want this to go on too long. You're probably gonna get bored, yada yada yada. But I want to do another one. It's called shock gags. They're like electric, of course, as you can tell. They would do damage over time. So like, let's say the first one, I've only come up with the first one so far. I was gonna make other ones later. The first one would be a joy buzzer. Its accuracy is high, like all the rest of them. It does 2 damage. Now you may be thinking like, wow, 2 damage for 1 cog, that's worse than Squirt. Well, here's the twist. It's 2 damage over 3 turns. Or I should say 6 damage over 3 turns. Or 2 times 3, whatever, but... So like, one round it does 2. The next round it does 2. The next round it does 2. Then it's over. And like, each round while this is happening, the cog is like electrocuted. And like, at the end of the tune's turn, the cog is damaged. It doesn't knock back lure like the first hit would. Like, let's say you used a joy buzzer on a lured cog, it would knock it back, and like the lure wouldn't affect. But if it's like into its second or third turn of doing damage over time, then the lure does not get knocked back if you don't attack the lure cog. So that's another upside of it. That's really cool. And also, it's a track before trap, so you can use it. It will do its damage. The trap will go. You can lure that. It will go back, and then the round after that, it will do damage again. You know, it's kind of a good thing to use if you're doing a lot of lure and you want to keep them in balance for a while. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. And along with the gags, there'd have to be probably... I wouldn't say higher level cogs yet, because 12 is pretty balanced, and if I'm adding, like... If boost and shock were to be added, let's say... well, first of all, boost is pretty much like you don't need to add higher level cogs to make it fair. It works with our level cogs. The only, like, circumstance that higher level cogs should be added is if, like, level 8 gags are introduced, but that's highly unlikely because of, it's just inconvenient if you think about it. Like, the level 7 gags, you already have to get the to-go and all that. So, what would you do for an 8 gag? Like, what? Think about it for a second. If you have 500 to go and you get a new 7 gag every time, how would you get an 8 gag? Yeah. So that's really unlikely, unless they found another way to do that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I want to see added, as well as, let's say you beat Donald Streamland, your 100 laugh, and you want to get your next gag track when Boost and Shock come out. You can choose between Boost or Shock at the next place. And the next place would be... I was actually thinking this a little bit. Since it's all Disney themed, even though Disney's not really a part of this anymore, you kind of have to keep it that way so it keeps the Toontown spirit. So, how about Clarabelle Canyon? Yep. I mean, it sounds cool enough. There's a canyon. There's no canyon yet. I mean, not that I think of. Let me see. Let's see. We have a frozen wasteland, a musical instrument place, a bed, like a dockside, golf course, central garden, race course. I don't see a canyon in there anyways. So Clarabelle Canyon could go like right up there. So we could have another passage to Donald's Dreamland, and another passage from Minnie Smelly Land, or Toontown, either one. Uh, and then maybe even if you want to have like after you get the boost, and then there'd be shock right there. That means if we're still gonna go with the skip the one gag thing, well, again, sorry, I hovered over the hide desktop, whatever. Um, just think about it like, y would you either skip two gag tracks like this, although I'm still working on lure, or would you skip one still and get like, let's say, boost and shock, or boost and whatever you skipped, or shock and whatever you skipped, or skip both of those and get everything else? And either way would be cool. I'm pretty much done talking now, unless you want to listen to me talk more. I doubt it. Bye.